If the market threw us a curveball 2 days ago, it definitely threw us a changeup yesterday. We are now watching two different ending diagonal paths. This is Invest with Jacob. Well, I had to go run my mouth a few days ago and say how Wall Street was following our path and making things easy. Yesterday they traded in an absolute mess and made things much more difficult. We'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. Okay, guys, so yesterday was a mess of a trading day. It was already a Fed day, which screws things up anyway, and they decided to trade in a 30-point range with tons of whipsaw shaking people out left and right. So what we're left with is a much more difficult interpretation of the market that basically leads us to two different ending diagonal paths. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute futures chart, and where the problem started is off of this high. We got this big pullback off the high that actually broke through our support level, but it was clearly a 3-wave movement. So without a 5-wave movement down, we can't say that the C wave has started yet, because you need a 5-wave impulsive movement to start 1 of C, get your bounce, and then get 3 of C down. We did not get that. So then we moved 5 waves up here on this high. We moved 5 waves off of that low, which gave us an impulsive structure up, which said, okay, this is going to be wave 4. We should be moving up to the B wave in wave 5 of C, which would be perfect. Everything lined up. However, Fed day appeared and we got this mess, this up, down mess here. And this is all corrective and overlapping. So when you have this kind of movement where you have 3 down, okay, and then 3 up, and then corrective, so you have kind of corrective waves in both directions, you have to start looking at ending diagonals, which are 5-wave movements that are made up of 3-wave movements. I know that sounds a little bit complicated, but let me see if I can draw it on here for you so that it makes sense. Okay, so an ending diagonal, okay, moving up, you're going to have wave 1, wave 2 and a pullback just like you would normally, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Okay, so it just looks like a normal setup for a move up. However, each of these, instead of being broken down into 5 waves, are broken down into 3 waves. So wave 1 is an A, B, C. Same thing for wave 2. It's an A, B, C. And so on. Wave 3 is an ABC up, wave 4 is an ABC down, and then ABC up and 5. I don't want, you're already seeing how convoluted this is getting. But instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to make 1, you're getting ABC up to make 1, and that's how ending diagonals work. When you get 3-wave movements in both directions, you need to start looking at that option. So we have 2 different ending diagonals that we're looking at. So let me take these off the screen here. Okay. These 2 ending diagonals ultimately go in the same direction in the end, but in the beginning, they have very different paths. So the first ending diagonal we're looking at is an ending diagonal off this 4 to complete this wave 5 up in C, which would take us to 44.40, and then we would have our C wave down at that point. Conversely, if we do break below this low, we have a much larger ending diagonal potential playing out, where wave 5 of 3 of 3 would be a much larger ending diagonal, where this would be the bottom of wave 4, and from there you would have, again, remember ending diagonals work in 3-wave movements, so you would have this be the A wave up, then we'd be looking at the B wave down to 43.50 in that range, and then you would be looking at the C wave up to 45.50. Now, how did I get 45.50 as my target for that? So we use our fib extension tool. We come down to the bottom of A, up to the top of our move up, and then we come down to 43.50. We see the 1.0 extension is 45.43.25, and as we know, C equals A most often, so that would be our target. So those are the 2 scenarios we are watching, the shorter ending diagonal up to B or the larger ending diagonal up to 45.50. Now, it is possible, okay, that this is the top of the B wave up and C down will play out as an ending diagonal. But again, I don't have any information that leads me toward that conclusion. So my 2 most reasonable options are the ending diagonal to 44.40 and the ending diagonal up to 45.50. All right, guys, I know this was a complicated video based on the structure that we're looking at, but if you like this information and you want real-time market updates where I give you my insight on what I think the market's going to do at any given moment, you need to get in my Facebook group. There's a link down in the description. You click that link, head over to Facebook. Once you get in the group, in the announcement section, you can get into Slack, which is just a free chat channel. You get on that channel, and we have an amazing group of people in there trading every day. We're talking, I answer the questions, I give you all of our buy and sell alerts. We would love to have you in there. But guys, there is one thing you have to do for me to get into that group. You got to subscribe to this channel. So hit that subscribe button down below. Become a part of the community. Let's make some money together. We would love to have you in there. All right, guys, so key takeaways for today. We are watching for this to either break out up to 44.40 in an ending diagonal, which will be a three-wave move, or we're looking for it to break this low. And once it does, we're looking to target 43.50. and look for a bounce up off of that toward our new target of 45.50. That is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.